Hello everyone, good afternoon. This is another beautiful day today. I am Jackson, my cameraman is Gideon, and Levi is there as well. So welcome to Sofasafari, welcome to Mahali Mzuri, welcome to Olare Motoroge Conservancy. We have just started our evening game drive. It's another beautiful day today, and we are very lucky today. We just come along and we drive along this valley. We just appear on a bank of the river. So we have just managed to find our leopard, which is called Tito. Tito is our female leopard. So it's actually up on a tree. So just have a look. It's actually up on the tree. It's having a bit of a time right there. They were together with the cub and the mother together. I don't know whether you can see the two tails hanging. Let me just try to drive a little bit forward. Just a little bit forward, I can see the two heads. Alright, so you can see that right there. They're having a bit of a lookout, you know. They're just trying to see whether they can find some food. So where they are sitting, actually, they're sitting on the top of the acacia tree. That is an acacia tree, and it is such a beautiful tree for the leopard because it's having a bit of a high elevation, so it's having a look around on the plain, making sure that trying to scan and try to see whether they can see where the food will be. So this is actually Tito, the leopard. It is a mother and a cub. Initially, Tito has got 3 cubs from the beginning, and lose 2, and 1 have survived. I mean, whenever you try to see, I mean, the line is a little bit one of the big challenge, but we are hoping that they might come down and we might have another beautiful view. Because this is where it's just resting for a time being. Remember, the leopard, whenever it's getting too hot, they're gonna climb up on a tree and have a bit of a breeze. So in a distance, I think it's looking at, I heard the sound of impala a bit far away, so I guess that's where they're looking at. Eyes look sharp. The cub went to another different tree. Let me just try another angle, whether we can see more better. So he's sitting up on the tree up there, having a bit of a great time, trying to scan whether he can find some food. I think the cub is probably 1.5 years now. You can see it's getting a bit bigger, although it's still depending with the mother. But it's growing very fast as well. Remember, this is one of the good mothers we have around. They've been feeding the cubs very well. The first set of cubs, which are 2, survived, and then they have the second set of cubs, they survived, and actually the third one, which are 3 cubs, 2 are died, killed by lions, and then 1 survived. So actually, fingers crossed, because at the age of 1.5, actually has got a high chances of survival. Remember, the cats, they have a very high chance of mortality rate because they have a lot of predators. Lions normally, they don't like the cubs of either the leopards or the cheetahs, so they normally kill them. The same case applies to the hyenas. So all of these predators, because they're all competing for the same prey, so they don't like each other. A bit of the tail is hanging. It's having a beautiful view up there. Remember, the leopards, they normally depend on the medium-sized antelopes. They normally go for impala, gazelle. Those are the things they normally hunt. They also go for the little antelope like dik-diks. Although the dik-diks are very clever, but those are the things they normally go for. The cats have beautiful eyesight. The eyesights are excellent. So whenever they are sitting up there, they can see miles away. Their sense of smell is very good as well. And also their night vision. They have a great night vision as well. So we're just trying to see and wait and see if they can come down off the tree. Because remember, they've been staying here the whole day. And definitely whenever it's getting cooler, because it's around 5 o'clock, 5 p.m. now, which is a bit getting late here, in East African time. So definitely it's gonna try to come down and find a meal. I guess staying the whole day is a little bit tiring, and probably the cub need to eat something. The leopards normally know how to choose a great area to stay. Right down here is a river. So every time they need water, they can just go down there and have a drink. Antelopes. I can hear the cub playing on the background. It's still playful. Although it's a little bit hard to catch on a camera, but it's just having a bit of a play on the tree. Remember, the leopard is one of the most elusive cat we have around. So it's a very, very elusive cat. It normally hide on the dense bushes, and particularly on the thick bushes. And the only great time we can find the leopard is either you find them up on a tree and you can see the tail hanging, or probably you might find one when it's walking across the road or across a little path. But otherwise, this is one of the cats that knows how to hide. And that is why the cubs have a better chance of survival compared to the cheetah. Because remember, the leopards, they know how to hide on the cliffs and copses. That is why they give birth to their cubs. And at least they can hide their cubs until the cubs are about 6 months old. Of which they can be able to run and climb up a tree. A bit windy today. Remember again, the leopards are very territorial as well. So they have territories. This is one of the territory for Tito. Tito normally roam along this river down here, and actually along all the way down to the ridges and also to the valley of Mahali Mzuri. This is one of the leopard. Sometimes you stayed in the Mahali Mzuri camp, and you might be able to spot her down on the valley. She normally likes to stay along there because the valley is such a great place, because that's where the animals normally go down and drink water, and you know, it's also a place for you know, they have beautiful trees like acacia tree where they can climb up. So the leopard, they have a great time staying on such valleys. Remember, we're just giving a bit of a time and see whether she will calm down, because it's just having a bit of a survey. Remember, the cats are very patient. This is one of the animals that can use a lot of time trying to find a meal. A leopard, you can watch like 3 hours following one, and particularly whenever they want to hunt. You always sit and observe and see the movement of animals, and that is how they can see all the movement and decide which side they can walk towards or they can ambush. Remember, it's one of a great ambusher. The leopards know how to ambush. They can sit somewhere and skip and wait. Sometimes we call them a butcher cat, because they normally, whenever they kill, they drag the kill up on a tree, and the kill will hang, and they make dry meat, which are very tasty for the leopard, and also it will never get smelly because the all blood will drop down. And when the all blood drop down, actually the kill can stay for longer without getting smelly or, you know, rotten. This is the only time we can say patient spare, because such a great sighting. So we're just trying to have a great, fantastic time again with her. Remember, Tito have been hiding for us for quite a few months now, and we are very lucky today to come across her. And we're very happy to see her healthy and together with her cub as well. All right, let me just try a bit of backwards. We can just try to reverse a little bit and see whether we can have another great time or another view. Right, let me just try to have a quick view whether we can spot. mother is trying to get up. Probably, I think it might be spotted something because I can see it's just sitting up on the branch. We've been trying to capture the cub, but the cub is a little bit well hidden on the branches. So that is the cub sitting, so the legs are hanging, the tail is down as well. It's such an incredible cat. They can sit like that for a few hours without getting tired. So the mother is moving slowly. Look at that, the mother is coming down on the tree. I think I've spotted something. So we're gonna follow her. The cub is getting up as well. So I think the mother might have spotted something, probably a prey, and that is why I've just run down from the tree. So leopards like to live on a very peaceful environment. You can hear there's no noises. It's such a serene environment. So the cub is still up on the tree, but the mother have just come down. Although we don't see her anymore, I think probably it's just hiding on the bushes. So the little one is just sitting there. Normally, remember this is the mother is still hunting for the cub, so the cub is just waiting for the mother to bring a meal for her. So the cub is still depending on the mother 100%. At least when they reach an age of 2 years, is gonna hunt by herself. That is the time they can separate from the mother. The mother have to tell the cub, you know, you can be able to hunt for yourself. But at this particular time, it's just depending with the mother. Right, let me just drive a little bit around whether we can see the mother. We are just trying to find and see where the mother went to. So just hold on. The road might be a little bit bumpy. Just looking on the bushes, you can see how thick the bush is. Such a thick terrain. So this is how the leopards can ambush. It's right there. A few meters away from us. Just drive back a little bit because there was a dik-dik was trying to hunt. So let me just back a few minutes. You can see it's right there in front of us. And then there's a dik-dik there. It's trying to hunt a dik-dik. So the dik-dik is right there. The leopard is right in front of our car, and actually it's trying to get it. So this is like a show. Actually. It's like a movie. So the dik-dik is trying to be a bit careful. The leopard is right in front of our car. He's watching at the dik-dik. Although the dik-dik is not yet aware that the leopard is around. So the leopard is trying to get a bit closer. Remember, you don't have speed, but a leopard can ambush. And remember, I've just spotted this dik-dik when one was up on a tree, and then he just ran down and was trying to get an ambush to have the snack. Although this is a small kill, it's just a bite for the leopard. It can make a very good snack for the mama and the baby, for Tito and the baby when they come. So whenever they got it, it's gonna be a bonus for Tito. Poor dik-dik is looking at us. I think it's getting a bit suspicious that something is not right, or something is going to happen which is wrong. So the little dik-dik is opening his eyes, ears are opening up without knowing that the leopard is just behind our car. Can you see the leopard spinning around? It's trying to wait for the dik-dik. Tito is concentrating more on the dik-dik. So we can only see now the dik-dik. We don't see the leopard anymore. So I guess the leopard went around to the bush. So he's stalking the dik-dik. Wow, what a show. It is something that is very rare to see. to see a hand of a leopard. It is very, very rare to see. So we're just waiting. We're waiting for the claim of it. I guess the leopard is getting closer and closer, and the dik-dik is still there. Remember, this is the time you can patiently wait. We might be lucky and see the kill. It will be a great sighting. So we are just trying to give a time a leopard so that we don't interfere with it, and that is why we are not following to the bush. So we are just waiting. We can see the dik-dik, but the leopard went around the bush, so we are just trying to wait and give the leopard a chance so that we don't disturb or we don't interfere with the skill of hunting for the leopard. So that is why we have just stopped here and we're just waiting and see. Whoa! Oh, miss it. Oh, miss it, poor Tito. I think the dik-dik spotted it. So let me go forward. The dik-dik run. A very lucky dik-dik. Tito is right there. So I was lucky enough to get it. Look at the color. It's such a beautiful cat. Beautiful cat. Was trying to find for a meal, but it's gonna try again. Let me just drive around because it's getting more active. This is the right time to get active. Remember, it's getting a little bit cooler now, so it's such a great time for the cats to get up and look for a meal. So she's right there. Just a minute, let me just go behind this bush. Right there. Such a beautiful, beautiful cat. It's just walking around. Having such a great time. Standing up there on the plane, having a bit of a look. Although remember, I've just missed an inch of it. The dik-dik was very close, but unfortunately was not able to get a bit closer more. So it's right there. I think it's having a bit of a rest. Now it's walking. So, you know, it's getting very close to us. So Tito is one of the leopard that is not shy. It's more used to vehicles. Remember, we've been seeing her for quite a while now. All right, look at that. Such a great one. Look at the pose. Just a minute. Let me just go to the side so we can have a beautiful tip. Remember, it's having it's a bit of having a view. What a show! Look at that. Beautiful. Resting on the tree. It's just sitting up on the tree there, on the branch. The cub is behind, so it's just having a bit of a resting out there. Remember the leopard, they have roseate spots. The cheetahs, they have solid spots. And these are the cats that normally just actually ambush the prey. So they don't run for it, or they don't chase. They just wait and ambush. Remember the cheetahs, they have the cheetahs have a speed. They can run very fast. But the leopards are very muscular, and actually they need more ambush to get the prey. Sometimes they can sit up on a tree, and when the prey gets closer, they can just jump straight on a prey, and they can manage to kill it. So they have a lot of skills of hunting. So they're such a great, great cat. So I love it. These are the cubs that these are the cats that are very, very beautiful. I think these are the most beautiful cats we have in Africa. The leopard. Remember, this is very elusive, so we are very, very lucky today to come across Tito, and it's giving us a great time sitting up on a branch on a dry tree. Remember, we had a bit of a problem from the beginning, just a glimpse of it, but now it's just right on the open. It's trying to look behind because that's where the cub is. So I think probably in some time they're gonna call the cub. But I think the mother is trying to have a bit of a survey and trying to look for the menu, saying that what will be our meal today. Beautiful breeze now. It's a bit windy. Remember, the cats, they don't like the heat. Whenever it's too hot for these cats, they normally just find a place to lie down. Leopards will find a place to sit up on a tree, but the lions will be dormant, sleeping on somewhere bushes. But this is the right time. Whenever it starts getting cool, it is such a great time for them to come out of the bushes. Look at that, it's having a relax. The legs are down, the rest of the body are hanging on the tree. So this is, it's just like sleeping on a bed, having such a great day. remember, Tito is about, she's about, I think it's about 7 years old now. The leopard has got a lifespan of 15 years. And definitely, we have the two famous leopard in this conservancy. We have Fig in the southern part of the conservancy, in the southwest of the conservancy. And then we have Tito toward this side of Mahali Mzuri, which is more on the eastern side of the conservancy. So the most interesting thing is the leopards are very territorial, and every time the cubs are getting old, and then they separate from the mother, and actually the mother have another set of cubs. And normally, if they are males, the males have to walk away and try to go and find a place to find their own territory. But if they are females, sometimes they can stay with the mother. But what they do, they just separate the two territories. So the mother might give a bit of a place for a cub to stay, or if it's a female cub, just within that area to be its own territory. Male and female territory can overlap, because remember they need each other in terms of mating. So when they're mating, the male have to walk into the female territory, and that is the place they can come together and make babies. So after all, after they mate, they separate. The male have to go back to his own territory, and then the female will be left within its own territory. So leopards and cheetahs are not social like lions. Remember, the lions are very social cats. They use a lot of time together. You find the father, the cubs are there, and the mother there. Probably several mothers or several females. But the leopards are very solitary. The only time you can find them together is either the male and the female when they're mating, or probably a mother and the cubs together. Like today we came across Tito and the cub together. Such a beautiful cat. You can see the spots, they look very clean. When you look at the coat, it's very golden, because this is one of the cats that they don't expose the skin to the sun. Every time it's just hiding on the trees, on the bushes when the sun is getting too hot. So their skin looks so beautiful and soft. But when you look at the cheetah spots are a little bit dull, because it's more on the open areas. It's not more like a leopard. So I guess Tito might be lucky today and probably find a meal. So maybe tomorrow morning we might see her having a meal. Because every time I see her, today I saw her when I was walking, and I think it's a little bit hungry. So you might need to have a bit of a meal, at least for the cub and also for her as well. Let me just try to drive a little bit forward, so that we can see another different angle. Just a little bit forward. This is a very rare sighting. So it is such a fantastic time. Beautiful face, and at some point, whenever they start getting old enough, like probably 10 or 11 years old, the nose tend to be more black. Same case apply to the lion. And in such cases, that's how you can be able to tell how old these cats are. And actually, the age limit of these cats, because the biggest problem is the teeth, because they lose the teeth. Whenever they reach an age of 10 years, the all molars will gonna be worn out, and it will be a difficult time for them to feed on meat. Remember, the wild meat are a bit tough, and eventually they start getting weaker, because if they cannot be able to hunt or to eat meat, they're gonna get weaker and weaker, and eventually they will just have a natural death. The sun is going down, so you can see the picture is getting a little bit dark because of the sun. But let me just try the angle, whether we can see the light, how light will be. Turn around and look at us. Try another angle. He's trying to hide his head. All right, so I've been a great time hosting you. So once again, I said thank you for staying with us. Welcome to Mahali Mzuri. Welcome to Alare Motorogi Conservancy. I'm glad to host you, and see you next Wednesday for another great show. So have a good time and goodbye.